good times will come, man. If you checked out my channel in the past couple of days, you might have noticed that, I made a couple of videos about me being in a rut. Let me put this music down. I felt so bad for like a week straight. I'm talking a crazy low. Like I haven't felt that bad in a long time. And I made a couple of videos about it, documenting my thoughts and how I was gonna deal with it. And my plan fucking worked. The plan was just to stick to it. Stick to the plan as much as possible. Try to get all the non-essentials down. Try to keep putting in the work. Keep showing up every day, not giving in to those negative feelings. And that's how you break out of that rut. I feel amazing this morning. And yesterday I was feeling kind of okay. Today I was feeling way better. So this is your sign that, life is always gonna have ups and downs. So if you're in a low right now, then just know that eventually what comes down must go back up, and what goes up must come back down. So appreciate the good moments for how they are, and appreciate the bad moments, because you know that soon good times will come, okay? I wanted to give you some hope that no matter what you're feeling, life is good, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. Let's get it.
Nothing in my life has ever come easy. Nothing. Everything I ever got, man, I haven't had to work for it. I've had to bust my ass for it. Fight, claw, and scratch my way to get it. I learned as a young boy, life ain't easy, man. Life ain't fair. And like I say, ain't nobody owes you a damn thing. And I found out that the hard way. But if you work hard, you can have anything you want. What appealed to me about bodybuilding, I love being on a team. If you had one guy that wasn't giving 100% or wasn't paying attention, you lost the game. And bodybuilding, it's on you. That really appealed to me, because I saw very few people that wanted to win as bad as I did. Plus, I think a lot of it's because they didn't come from my background. To me, failure wasn't an option. I had to succeed in life because I didn't have no safety net. I didn't have nobody to help me out. I had to succeed, and I wasn't going to fail. Failure was not an option. What I was really good at was when I walked through that gym door, I could flip a switch. Because when I went to the gym, I had a mission. By the time I was 18 years old. And so when I went and stepped inside the gym, I flipped that switch, and it was a war. That's how I approach it, It's me versus the weights. 100 pounds is always 100 pounds. No matter what kind of day you're having, 100 pounds is always going to shoot you straight. It's always the same. No matter where in the world you're at, it's still 100 pounds. I put myself in that state where no one's going to beat me. You look at all the top grade bodybuilders, they all train with high intensity, they train heavy.
A beautiful sunset.
Jay trained heavy.
Setting off the day. Check it out.
Ronnie did it. Dorian did it. McHaney did it. And it burns harder. Me, the more it burns, the madder we get. And I'll just keep going.
Good morning, guys. Your life is a reflection of your standards, and everything you do is cause and effect. If you decide to do something, then you're bound to get the results of what that activity will bring you. So if you do a bunch of things that are kind of in reality below your standards, but you decide to accept them, you decide to make that your standard, then you're going to get the effect of those actions. But if you decide to raise the bar, raise the standard, and do things that are maybe a little bit above your level, do harder things, do things that have good benefits that actually help you out and build your foundation and make you stronger, make you better, then same applies. You get the effect of that action. And I think what a lot of people do wrong in life is that you don't get what you want, but you get what you are. Let me repeat that. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So you can want whatever you want, right? Whether it's, everyone wants the same things in reality, right? Everyone wants wealth, health, relationships. But if you don't align your actions and who you are with those needs, with those wants, then you're simply not going to get it. So you can want it as much as you want, but without you aligning your life, with you aligning yourself to those goals, you're not going to get it, right? That's where a lot of people go wrong. they're so focused on what they want. And, you know, you might see people literally obsess over certain lifestyles, certain goals, but they'll never align their life to it. And that's so weird to me, because I'm a pretty goal-oriented person, and I feel like if I want something and I actually want it, I'm talking about not just like, oh, I want to do this, but like I actually want to do it, right? I've set it as a goal for myself. If I want something like that bad, I'll align my life for it and make sure that I get it. But there are so many people out there, most people around you, who might have that same thing where it's like, oh, I really want that, I really want it. But they'll never get themselves to align their life with it. They'll never get themselves to align themselves with it. They'll never be in the present moment enough where they can act out of rationality and results-based thinking. But they'll always be ruled by the feelings and sensations they're feeling, the emotions they're feeling, and that's not. You should be able to turn that off at times. Now, don't get me wrong. Emotions and feelings and stuff are pretty beautiful, right? It's a double-edged sword, because it can be super beautiful for connections and experiences and just the way you see the world and feel the world. But at the same time, it's what's holding a lot of people back. A lot of people just can't get themselves to have control, or to just break out a little bit of those emotions and feelings. So that's what you need to master, and that's also what discipline is, right? Doing the work even when you don't feel like it. And yeah, if that's the thing, is like it's such a shame, because when you're going down that spiral where, you know, you want a bunch of things, but you don't really get them, or you never really get them, and you kind of set a goal for yourself, but you know you don't get it, you're not going to get it. It kind of makes you go down this spiral where if you think like a loser, act like a loser, and surround yourself with a bunch of losers that you might know are below your level, or you might know are below the goals you want to get to. That's pretty important. Then don't be surprised when you stay one, right? If you're surrounded by millionaires, you're going to be the next one. If you're surrounded by losers, you're going to be the next one as well. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So try to just think about that sentence a couple times a day when you're with friends, or just indulging in certain activities, or even in the gym, when you're doing certain good things that align with your life. Because then you could be grateful for yourself, proud of yourself for aligning your life with your goals for aligning your life with your goals, for being who you want to be to get what you want to get. Right? You attract what you are. So, you know, if your life attracts mediocrity, attracts negative things, right? Which is caused by your actions that you take. So imagine you're out, imagine you smoke a lot of weed, or you smoke cigarettes or whatever, you're drinking every weekend, and you don't really eat healthy, and you probably go to bed too late, causing you to wake up too late or sleep not enough, and all these things, and then you're not happy with your life. Or then you look back at your life 5-10 years later and you're not happy with it. Then, I mean, you get what you deserve in that case, right? Because you can't tell me if you do all those actions and you don't get towards your goal, that's not your responsibility. You can't tell me that's not your fault, right? Because I could be doing that. And I'm sure, you know, if I go into that world, if I go in doing those things, I'm sure there's pleasure in it, right? There's pleasure in it for everyone. It doesn't make me different that I haven't done it before. If I would get into it, then I'd find pleasure in it too. But then that means I wouldn't align my life with my goals. That means that, you know, I mean, I know that I'm responsible for the results I get. So if I were to indulge in that, if I were to do that, that it wouldn't align with my goals and ultimately wouldn't get me towards the life I want to live. A lot of people focus on the life they want to live, but also recognize the life that you are living, the things you can do, the things you are doing. Try to be as present as possible. I talked about this in my video about what I learned from 143 hours of meditation. The key thing was basically to try to be as present as possible, especially in your relationship and especially with people around you. Presence is super important, and I want you to also recognize what you are doing, the good things you are doing, and as a way of reflection as well. What do you attract right now? Who are you, and what do you attract? Excuse me. And based on that, you can make certain changes, but you can also try to be as present as possible to be happier with your current life. Because if you're constantly focused on, external things or the future, this is a message to myself in a way, because I'm very obsessed with my future and the things I'm going to achieve. But I want to make sure that you also sometimes take a minute to kind of look around and see what you're already doing, see how far you've come. I had this conversation with my dad a couple days ago, because he's very, I guess, focused on presence and those kind of things. And I used this example. I said, hey, okay, imagine there's someone climbing a mountain, right? Envision a mountain real quick, and there's some guy walking on it. There's one guy, the first guy walks up, and he gets like one fourth of the way up, and he looks back, and he enjoys what he sees, and he sits there, and that's where he stays forever. He enjoys the view, and he says, this is good, I like this view, I'm stopping here. Got the second guy, walking up the mountain, running. He's fast. He wants to get up the mountain as fast as possible. And he's got all the way to the top, and he looks back, and he enjoys the view. It's nice, it's good. And he's happy that he got up. But it's starting to get dark outside. It's starting to kind of, like he's almost missed the sunset. It's just starting to get a little dark outside, but it's still beautiful, still good. And then the last guy, he goes up the mountain, and every 50 meters, every 100 meters, he looks back and he looks at the view, and he sits there for a minute, and then he turns back and goes back up. And then, he turns again, and he looks at the view again. Wow, such a beautiful view. Sunset, goes back up, another 50, 100 meters, turns around again. Point is, when you're climbing a mountain, whether it's a goal or, or some aspiration you have, every once in a while, you want to make sure that you reflect and see how far you've come. Because that's essential for, being happy with yourself, being proud of yourself, and acknowledging what you've done. Because you can always do more. You can always go higher on the mountain. Excuse me. But if you're not actively kind of reflecting and if you're not present about what you've done, I just feel like you're going to miss out on a lot. Because you can still get to the top of the mountain, but the experience won't be the same. You won't feel the same about yourself. You won't feel the same level of gratitude and happiness from that. Thing is, you don't become successful and then start acting like it. You act like it first, and then it happens. You have to align your life with what you want to attract. You have to become what you want to attract. And you can't fake those high standards, because then your results will always expose you. You have to actually want it, and you have to actually align your life with it. Because, if you tell people your values and what you want to do, imagine you'd make this video, or you'd make all my videos, but you wouldn't live like I live and do the things that I do, then your results eventually will expose you, because you're not that person. You shouldn't fake to be a certain person. Obviously everyone has different sides, and this side of me, I'm not talking like this in my everyday, like I'm not going to be when I talk to some random guy in the gym, I won't tell him this whole video or something. But in the mornings, I'm in this mood to talk this way. And it's become a routine for me. I've aligned my life with it. And the more you make something a routine, the easier it becomes. So if you align your life with something and you just keep doing it, making it a routine, then getting towards your goals becomes easier and easier and easier because it becomes routine. And, show me your habits and I'll show you your destiny is this quote where it's like, oh, your everyday, basically means your everyday habits decide your future. And that's super true. A lot of people say they're unlucky, they don't have much luck, but that's not true. You're just unintentional. Because if you want to increase your chances of achieving certain things, what you need to do is put more work in. Because the more you put in, the more you get out. And if you decide to show up on half of the days, then the chance of you missing a lucky day is much higher. But if you show up every single day, you can miss a lucky day. And the reason nothing has changed is because you haven't changed. Because in order to change your life, you have to change your ways, right? In order to get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. We all know this. And the real point of this video, because I've kind of talked a lot about with the same conclusion, right? But the main thing is that I want you to start changing one thing in your day to make it align with your goals, whatever that might be. So just look at your life and see what can you replace with something that can benefit you. So imagine let's try to get an example for you. Imagine after work, you always find that, I feel like a lot of people after work or after school, whatever it is for you, they go on their phones and they just kind of decide to plop down and just chill, right? That's what a lot of people do. Because you feel kind of drained, low on energy, and you decide to just chill. What if instead of doing that, you decide to just go straight to the gym twice a week, 3 times a week maybe. And you come back from work and instead of going on your phone, spending time doing basically nothing aligned to your goals for a couple of hours, instead of that, you go to the gym for like an hour, 1.5 hours. You come back home and then you do whatever you want. Make it simple. Make it simple. It's one of the laws of building good habits. Make it simple. Make it easy. Start off with an easy workout. Try to build up the habit of showing up and reduce the friction by making the first couple of workouts easier for yourself so that in your mind, going to the gym is not that hard. And then as you progress, as the habit kind of builds, you make the workout harder and harder until, the habit is formed and you're showing up almost 100% of the time. That's how you align your life with your goals. That's how you attract what you want. Because you could smoke weed every day or every week or whatever. You could, be vaping and like drinking and all these things. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that there's pleasure in it. I'm sure there's comfort in it, and I'm sure there's fun in it. But what will it bring you? Things like that will only make you attract things below your standard, way below your standard. A tree falls the way it leans, right? Remember that. A tree falls the way it leans. A tree falls the way it leans. A tree falls the way it leans. So, what way are you leaning? Where are you headed? What path are you on? Honestly, just think about it. All right, see you guys.